Welcome to Good Day LA at 10 a.m. City and county officials working on damage control this morning after Tropical Storm Hilary hit Southern California yesterday.
Yeah, just a couple of
Savage
hours ago,
and you're sleepy.
Mayor Karen Bass gave an update on how officials are responding, and Christina Pascucci is live downtown LA with the details. Christina?
Good morning. Nice to see you this morning. And we moved outside from the Emergency Operations Center because we wanted to show you the blue skies. You can see them there in the distance, something we haven't seen for a couple days. Now, we just heard from officials from the city and county. LAFD Chief Crowley says they're going to downgrade the activation to level 3 by this afternoon at the Emergency Operations Center. But they are picking up the pieces after some issues like the flooding we're going to show you right here in Sun Valley. It trapped 5 cars. There was a fallen roadway in Santa Clarita. Those are just some of the examples. In all, LAFD received 4,000 emergency calls. That's about 1,000 calls above average. They also had 100 accidents on roads, but no fatalities to report. And I can tell you, driving on those roads last night, we saw a lot of spinouts, even a wrong-way driver on one freeway on the 101 through Hollywood. Now, Metro resuming as normal. Localized flooding may cause delays, so beware of that if you ride on Metro. People are advised to stay away from beaches and water for 72 hours, and there were 41,000 people without power. About half of those have been restored. LADWP working on full restoration as we speak.
As skies clear, the Department of Water and Power crews have already mobilized to return power to Angelenos. Street repairs were placed on standby prior to the storm hitting, and 311 hours were extended to receive more calls.
Every member of the council today will be out in their districts assessing the state of the condition of the district and see what response is necessary. But we must also commit ourselves today to looking at what has happened over the last few days and considering what can we do better.
The other big update, of course, is schools. LAUSD, the second largest school district in the country, is shut down today, as we've reported. So what does it look like moving forward? Well, Superintendent Carvalho said that teams are inspecting various school campuses. So far, conditions are looking pretty good. But inspections are ongoing. As of now, about 24 LAUSD schools have no internet access because of some copper wiring defaults from the weather. There's also a minor mudslide at a school that serves kids with disabilities, so that's really important for you to be aware of as well. And because we know that 80% of LAUSD kids live in poverty, a big thing today is making sure that they are fed and they are not hungry. And so there are 13 grab-and-go meal distribution sites scattered throughout the district. And there is a full list of where exactly those are on lausd.org. I'm Christina Pascucci, reporting live from downtown Los Angeles for Fox 11 News.
Christina, thank you. You know, whenever big storms roll through our area, we, of course, talk about the downed trees that are always a problem. And that was the case overnight in Sun Valley, where a massive tree came crashing down right onto some parked cars. Gigi Graciette spoke to the owners.
Today, the rain has stopped in Sun Valley, but the damage is done. This tree at Neenack and Telfair, just one of many throughout the city that came crashing down overnight after 20 hours of continuous rain. The tree crashing down around 2:30 in the morning. And the Taura family, who lives at the home, says when they heard the noise, they knew immediately what had happened. That's because they've been worried about the tree falling down for months now, saying they've called the city multiple times for help since the tree is on city property, but got no response.
We were thinking that branch is going to fell my house. And we called the city once, and we didn't get a response.
Underneath the tree, 2 cars were crushed. Late this morning, a newly elected council member, Imelda Padilla, met with the family.
You know, it's not a secret that this district didn't have a representative for close to 9 months. And based on my conversations with them, I think that had a lot to do with it.
So the city will help this family clean this mess up?
Yeah, we're already in the process of making sure that this happens as soon as possible.
Thankfully, no one was injured and the home was not damaged. In Sun Valley, Gigi Graciette.
The cleanup gets underway this morning in the Inland Empire, where Tropical Storm Hilary pummeled some mountain and desert areas. Mario live for us in Yucaipa to show us around.
Hi, Roxana. By 5 o'clock this morning, the rain had tapered off, but this area saw several inches, and it was enough to cause some pretty significant damage. Just take a look here. This was because of a mudslide that came through Oak Glen Road, and you can see it just tore right through a wooden fence. It even washed out part of the road here, and public works crews are still making their way into some of these trouble spots, and this has definitely been one of them while we've been watching that tropical storm activity. Now take a look at the video and you can see what caused all of this. That massive debris flow closing Oak Glen Road between Oak Mountain and Pine Beach Road. Water level as high as the mailboxes to some of the homes there. And this is the same area near the Oak Glen Steakhouse that was hit less than a year ago by mud flows from a nearby burn scar caused by the El Dorado fire. And one resident we spoke to says it was actually much worse this time around with the rainfall. Listen.
This is 10 times. It just about stopped at my house. I had a little bit of mud that last time, but this time it was a river down the road with logs and boulders and everything.
Paul says he's just fortunate that he didn't see any major damage to his home inside or the foundation, but still a mess that he's cleaning up, as well as a lot of his neighbors out here in this Inland Empire community. Now, we want to show you video of another debris flow in Forest Falls. This was an area also under evacuation orders and a flash flood warning when this happened. Fortunately, no injuries, but another area where a mud flow buried several homes last winter, unfortunately leaving one resident dead. Now, coming back out here live to our shot, we did have some sunshine peeking through the clouds a little earlier, but you can see we're back to some pretty serious cloud cover, and then you can make out some of the runoff here. Just one of the pieces of aftermath here as we're wrapping up this tropical storm activity, the coverage that we've been having here in the Inland Empire. Reporting live in Yucaipa, we'll send it back to you.
Mario, thank you. And speaking of coverage, of course, our coverage of the storm continues on foxla.com. On the website, you'll find the latest information on weather alerts, water rescues, power outages, and road conditions. So we'll have live reports also all throughout this newscast.
And in just a few hours, President Biden and the First Lady will arrive in Maui.
They're planning to meet with wildfire survivors and first responders, and Brooke is here with the details.
Yes, the President and First Lady Jill Biden will take a helicopter tour of the burned out areas on Maui. First, getting a look from above at the aftermath of the deadliest fire in modern U.S. history. They are set to visit the devastated city of Lahaina to see the wildfire damage firsthand and get a briefing from state and local officials. Unfortunately, 114 people are confirmed dead following the fire that tore through Lahaina. Hawaii's governor says the search for victims buried in the rubble is far from over.
The number of lives we have lost has climbed to over 100, and we expect it to increase each day as we continue our search.
The President and First Lady left from Reno. They were in Lake Tahoe on vacation this past weekend. After the tour, a White House official says Biden will make remarks, paying respects to the lives lost and reflecting on the tragic, lasting impacts of these wildfires, not only on survivors, but the community as a whole. Back to you.
All right, we've got some wet weather still in some areas here in Southern California, all related to what's left of Tropical Storm Hilary, which is now well to our north and northeast. But we're still picking up some of that cloud cover and then seeing some of the breaks in the clouds out there. So you will see improving conditions as we get to the afternoon. In the meantime, if you are traveling northward, maybe driving up to northern central California, we're still picking up that rain wrapping around that area of low pressure. It is now a post-tropical storm, a tropical depression, Hilary, with winds of about 35 miles an hour, moving north-northeast near 24 miles an hour, spreading rain into parts of Idaho, Montana, even as far north as Canada, which is good for them to help with mitigating the fires that are still burning there in Canada. Our two-day rain totals, which we're adding to, by the way, have been very impressive. Mount San Jacinto out towards the deserts, nearly 12 inches of rain, record rain. Lytle Creek, almost 9.5. Wrightwood, over 6 inches of rain. Even Beverly Hills, almost 5 inches. Right now, temperatures are are ranging from that 66 in Ventura, 68 in Oxnard, 64 in Pasadena, 64 as well in Apple Valley, 55 in Big Bear, and 78 out there in Palm Springs. A mix of sun and some clouds expected later this afternoon, with still some instability possible over the mountains and the desert. So we have the chance for some thunderstorms there. 63 eventually in Big Bear, 82 in Lancaster, 90 in Palm Springs, and about 80 in downtown LA. The extended outlook coming up in just a bit. Back to you.